Hi writers, my name is Miss Juncosa and I'm here with you today to practice the writing skill, restating the question. I'm so excited to have you here today. It's going to be a great and fun lesson along with a little game at the end too. So first thing before we get started is I want you to make sure that you check in with yourself. Are you in a happy space right now? Are you feeling ready to learn? Is the study spot that you're in right now a quiet study spot away from all distractions like cell phones or video games or even your siblings? As much as we love them, they sometimes can be a distraction. So make sure you check in with yourself before we get started. You can pause the video to also grab your supplies. We're going to be needing a whiteboard and marker, or if you don't have that at home, that's okay. You can use paper and a pencil too. Make sure you come ready to learn and smile. Okay, so you should be all ready to go. I'm excited to begin. So restating the question, what does that mean? When you restate a question, you are pretty much taking your question and turning it into your answer. So here's an example of what I'm talking about. The question says, what is your favorite color? The answer says, my favorite color is purple. And it's true, Mr. Koza loves the color purple. So what I've done here is I've highlighted some key words in both the question and the answer. And as you can see, they're the same key words. And there's a reason for that. When you're restating a question, you want to take key words or parts of the question and use them into your answer. This will help your reader understand what you're talking about because maybe they didn't see the question. Maybe they're only seeing your answer. And if you just put a simple little answer on there without restating your question, your reader's not going to know what you're talking about. So let's see how we do this exactly. So these are the important steps to restating a question. There are 4 that you want to pay attention to. So the first one is you want to always read your question carefully. And sometimes you might have to read it more than once, maybe even more than twice. Whatever amount of times that you need to, just do it for what works best for you. So we read the question carefully. Then the second step is to highlight or underline the key words in the question. Remember, these are the words that are important in the answer. So we want to make sure we use those key words and put them into our answer. So if you have a highlighter, a physical highlighter with you that you're using paper pencil, or if you want to just underline using your whiteboard, that's okay too. So the third thing that you need to do is you need to take away the question word. The question words are those words that turn the statement into a question. What, who, where, when, why, how. Those are our question words. We don't typically want to put our question words into our answer because it's an answer. So we always eliminate the question word so it doesn't confuse us. And then what we want to do is we want to use those keywords into our answer and then finally answer the question. So everyone right now, take your whiteboard and marker or paper and a pencil and write down this question from my example. When is Earth Day? When is Earth Day? Well, we know that Earth Day is April 22nd. So I want to make sure that I'm answering the question fully and using those keywords into my answer. So first thing I want to do is we read the question carefully. When is Earth Day? Now we're going to highlight or underline those keywords. What would you say is a key word in this sentence? Take a moment and think. Well, I would say that the key word here would be Earth Day because that's what the sentence or the question is mostly about. So I'm going to highlight those words Earth Day. Remember, you can underline the Earth Day as well. Once I highlight or underline my key words, then I got to take away that question word. We want to make sure we take away that question word. So for now, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to highlight it black so it just eliminates and we don't see it. So we take it away. So now I kind of only have the word Earth Day and this helping word here, is. So I'm going to highlight is too because I think I'm going to use that in my answer. Oop, technology, come on. Okay, so now I have my keywords. I've eliminated my question word. It's time to answer this question. So ask yourself, what is Earth Day? Or when is Earth Day? Earth Day is on April 22nd. Earth Day is on April 22nd. And you could always double check that you've included all of your keywords by highlighting them in the answer too. Sometimes this helps me as well. So when is Earth Day? Earth Day is on April 22nd. Okay, so write that down. Now what we're going to do is we're going to see the do's and the don'ts when it comes to restating. So take a look at this example here, the restating do's and don'ts. Do is over here with the green check mark, and the don'ts are the giant X. So let's take a look at this example. Who was the first president of the United States? That's the question. The answer here says, the first president of the United States was George Washington. Do you see some keywords here that were used from the question? Well, I see the first president of the United States was used in both the question and the answer. So I'm going to highlight those for you so you can see. So this is a restating do. The first president of the United States was George Washington. We included those keywords and we answered the question fully. A don't here would be, who was the first president of the United States? George Washington. That's a don't. That sounds very boring, and your reader's not going to know what you're talking about. They would say, what about George Washington? Right? They wouldn't know that you were talking about him being the first president of the United States. So you want to make sure that you are very specific in your answer. And the way to do that is by restating correctly. Let's take a look at another do or don't. This question says, what would you like to drink? This answer, the do answer says, I would like to drink strawberry milk. Okay, very good. Let's highlight those keywords that we see 2 times here. So would is definitely a keyword. I would also say that like to drink would be keywords because that's the whole point of the question here. And these are words that we've included also in our answer. So they match, okay? The keywords from the question have now been restated and put into the answer. Take a look at this don't. It's a little different, and try to see what the author might have made a mistake about. The question is, what would you like to drink? The answer says, what I would like to drink is strawberry milk. That doesn't sound right. So I think what the author did here was they forgot to take out that question word. They forgot to take out that question word. So if they took out that question word, and there's a little bit of a revision mistake here too, but what they would want to do is they want to take away that question word and just leave it as, I would like to drink strawberry milk. Because then it just sounds a little funny. And we don't want our writing to sound a little strange. We want it to sound natural and fancy. Let's take a look at one more do or don't. Do you like apples? Yes, I like apples. Cool. The don't here says, do you like apples? Yes. Now, if I didn't see this question and I only saw the word yes, I would be saying, what is this writer trying to tell me? Yes about what? It could be yes about grapefruit. It could be yes about grapes. It could be yes about a soccer ball. Who knows? Because they did not restate the question. But when you restate the question, I know exactly what this writer is talking about. Do you like apples? Those are keywords, like apples. The writer here says, yes, I like apples. They took parts of the question and put it into the answer. That's why it's a do and not a don't. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to play a little game because Miss Juncosa loves to play games. So it's, if you're a TikToker or if you are on TikTok and you watch TikTok, then you will know this game called the Put a Finger Down Challenge. So everybody right now, I want you to hold 5 fingers up. Now, if the if the answer is restated correctly, then you're going to put a finger down. If it's not, then we're not going to put a finger down and we're going to restate the question correctly. So hold up your 5 fingers. Ready to begin? Okay, let's do it. It says, put a finger down if the answer is restated correctly. What is your favorite book? My favorite book is The BFG by Roald Dahl. Is this answer restated correctly? Yep, this answer is definitely restated correctly because I see some keywords here that are matching in my answer. So I know that this author restated that question correctly. So I'm going to put my one finger down. Join me. Let's look at another one. Put a finger down if this answer is restated correctly. Question says, where did you go on vacation? Florida. Is this question restated correctly? No, this question's not restated correctly because what are they talking about? What is this writer talking about with just saying Florida? It could be anything about Florida. Maybe Florida, where Florida is located or who lives in Florida. We had no idea about vacation because this author did not restate correctly. So let's help them. Let's restate this question correctly. So what are the keywords here? Go on vacation would definitely be a keyword here. So I highlight my keywords or I underline my keywords. Now I have to get rid of that question word. So I'm going to highlight that one in black so it disappears. And now I restate my question. So where did you go on vacation? I went to Florida on vacation. I went to Florida on vacation. So I answered my question and I used some of those keywords from my question. I took my question and I restated it correctly. Let's try another one. We have 4 fingers up. Hold them up nice and high. Put a finger down if the answer is restated correctly. How many students are in our class? The answer here says there are 23 students in our class. Is this restated correctly? Yes, it definitely is. So I'm going to put down that second finger. So if the person actually just said 23, would that have been a restated correctly answer? Nope. That's why the author put there are 23 students in our class. It gives us enough details for us to understand what they're talking about. Let's try the next one. Do you like guacamole? The answer here says no. I'm slightly offended because I love guacamole. But the answer here just says no. Is this restated correctly? This is not restated correctly. So we're not going to put a finger down, but we are going to correct this answer. So it says, do you like guacamole? So what are the key words here? Guacamole is definitely a keyword. So I'm going to highlight that. And I would say that the word like is definitely a keyword because that's what it's all about. It's asking us if we like guacamole. So it would be, no, I don't like guacamole. That's what our answer would be. I included those keywords from the question. I turned my question into an answer. All right, hold those 3 fingers up. Let's try another one. Put a finger down if the answer is restated correctly. So question says, what is your favorite subject in school? The answer here says, my favorite subject in school is language arts. Is this question restated correctly? Yes, for sure it is. I see the keywords in both the question and the answer. Favorite subject in school. Those are used 2 times, both in the question and in the answer. So this is definitely restated correctly. So put that finger down. Let's try another one. Put a finger down if the answer is restated correctly. The question says, what would you like to do during the summer? The answer here says, during the summer, I would like to spend time by the beach. Is this question restated correctly? Yep, it definitely is, because I do see some keywords here. During the summer, they could have just said go to the beach, But that sounds boring. That's not natural. That's not complete sentence. We want to make sure we have complete sentences. And by having complete sentences in our answers, then we want to restate the question. So during the summer, I would like to spend time by the beach. We answered the question and we restated the question. Very good. Let's try another one. Oh, so then you have to put, we already put our finger down. Sorry. So here we go. Put a finger down if the answer is restated correctly. Where is the Eiffel Tower? Oh, sorry, I forgot to put my finger down. So where is the Eiffel Tower located? The Eiffel Tower, where the Eiffel Tower is located in Paris, France. This sounds a little kooky. This sounds a little crazy. So we're going to have to fix this. Where is the Eiffel Tower located? So keywords here. Eiffel Tower definitely is a keyword. What's another keyword? Located is definitely a keyword. And the answer here, let's fix this. I think what this author did was they forgot to get rid of that question word, right? They forgot to get rid of this, where. So I'm going to get rid of that right now so we don't get distracted by it. So where is the Eiffel Tower located? The Eiffel Tower is located in Paris, France. Notice how my keywords are also in my answer. That's how I know I restated it correctly. All right, sorry for messing up our little fingers over here. I got too distracted with restating. So we have one more finger to put down. Let's see if this last one's gonna help us win the game. The question says, how long does it take to get to the mall? The answer says, it takes 30 minutes to get to the mall. Do you see some keywords that were repeated in the answer or restated in the answer? Yep, I do see some keywords here. To get to the mall or take to get to the mall. Those are keywords that were used in our answer. And we definitely answered it because it says 30 minutes. They could have just said 30 minutes, but that's boring. We don't want to do that. We want to make sure we restate the question correctly. So put that finger down. That's a correct one. If all your fingers are down, then you've won. You've done a great job today. I'm so proud of you. And I hope that you learned a little thing about restating the question. So make sure you follow me on Instagram and Twitter at _fancyandforth. And I also have a YouTube channel with some other cool lessons that I'll be working on this year. So make sure you subscribe to that as well. Thanks for joining. Bye.